morning, afternoon, or evening to all everywhere. I'm Tanetta. And so, 2023, we're still in the beginning of it. We're making changes, we're making positive changes. We've gone through the healing journey, and we've been hurt, and we've done the work, and we're healing. And if you haven't done the work, and if you're not in the healing state, you can still continue to do these things that we're doing now on this next level. 2023, my mantra is 2023 is all about me. And what that basically means is it's not saying, oh, I don't care about anyone else. What it's saying is that I have to make the difference. Everything that's going to happen in my life is going to happen because of me. I am no longer going to let other circumstances happen in my life and still not make the difference for myself. I can't control the death of people. I can't control employers. I can't control, people driving. I can't control things that I can't control. But what I can control is 100% me. I am responsible for 100% of me. And I'm 100% not responsible for another person, with the exception of children, minors. We are responsible for those people. But in that sense, they're still responsible to make the choices that they make. We can't make them make choices just because we're their parents or their guardian. We just give them the seeds, we plant it, we water it, and we hope that they make the best choices. My topic today is all about humanity. Humanity is just really looking for the good of people, always wanting to give our best to other people. And so on that, I found a really good website. It is Our Father's House Soup Kitchen. And I really liked it a whole lot about what they had to say about humanity. Go ahead and look it over, Google it, find it. But how you can show your love for people, how you can, trusting people in this generation is really, really hard. And so having the heart of humanity is really difficult. But at the end of the day, I always tell people this: the change starts with you, nobody else. And yet 20 people may come at you wrong and you're like, I'm over this. But the one person that you helped with that kind of heart, that kind of love, it was worth it. And so I always use the starfish analogy. I work in the helping field. I can't help everybody, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm working with welfare to work, if I'm working with mental health services, if I'm working with the community at large, if I'm working with the church and church folks in themselves, everybody is not the best people in the world, and Christians aren't always either the best people in the world, and our lovers that we choose aren't always the best people in the world, and darn it, our families aren't always the best people in the world, but they came across our lives, and we should always show good. And so if I took all of the people who've done me wrong, and y'all have heard my testimonies, I should have a bitter, jaded heart. But there's no reason for that. It only puts me in bondage. It only makes me miserable. It only makes me look older. It only makes me depressed. They're not depressed about what's going on. They're not sitting there going, oh my goodness, Tanetta is sitting in the bed crying. They're not. And so there's no reason for me to hold on to that. I'm going to live my life to the fullest and not allow them to have that type of power on me. So I'm going to continue to love on people, to have the best heart that I could possibly have. So this website gave really good ideas, and I'm going to share them with you. It says always look for the good in people, and it's true. You should always look for the good in people. There are some people that I know that have, committed some crimes, but when I talk to them, I learned how good of a person they really are. Some of them have the greatest hearts ever. They're just made the wrong choices. And sometimes it takes your heart, your words, to make them think about things to make different choices. It doesn't mean you have to open up your door and let everybody in. It doesn't mean that you always have to feed everybody. Our hearts do what we do. Whatever compels your heart to do, do it. You know, if it's just handing out a card, if it's handing out a resource, if it's just saying, hey, have a great day, that's a wonderful thing. I mean, you can't always judge a book by its cover. So let's see what they have to say. They said there's two sides to every story. We all have our good sides and our bad sides. Even hardened criminals have their redeeming qualities in them. So please don't just judge a book by its cover. Always look for the good in people. Focus on people's potentials. No matter how low someone may have sunk, always focus on their potential. If I classified every homeless person as not making it, like, oh, they didn't care enough that they found themselves in this position, then that means that I would never be successful at anything that I've accomplished. And I have been successful at the things that I've accomplished. So again, don't judge a person based on what you see. I remember there used to be this homeless guy around all the time, and he'd be going around asking for money. And one day my son said, hey, can I have $1? And he pulled out this big wad of money. We later found out that this man has money and he's very comfortable. I think he just does it to check people's integrity, their charity level. And if you ask him, he'll give it back. So focus on people's potential. Some people have really good hearts and they really want the best, but don't know how to get there. You could be the link. Choose to love. If you are given an option between giving love and receiving it, which one would you choose? The latter would make a more practical choice. After all, we all need someone to love us. Besides, loving others can be exhausting. I really like what they have to say. I'm just going to continue what they said. But what if we all think that way? That's it. That it's better to be loved than to be loved. Now, I know somebody like this who wants everybody to contact them. They're like, if they don't request me as a friend, why should I request them as a friend on social media? If they don't call me, why should I call them? Because you're choosing love. It's better to love other people than to always look for people to love on you. That's a way of showing their appreciation, their affection by contacting you. But you're saying, if they don't do it to me, then I'm not going to do it to them. If we all thought like that, we wouldn't have a heart to love. We would be in a society that would be really callous, just really unloved, stone-hearted. Everybody's looking out for themselves and just don't care. Nobody really would accomplish anything because we're made to fellowship with each other. We're made to need each other, to depend on each other. Yeah, there are the outliers and people are living in the wilderness all by themselves. But I just want to say, if I check their mentality next to a person that has the support of other people, or even just go to work, maybe it's not the support of what I'm doing. It's just the support of knowing that there are other people that I can talk to. I bet you this person who gets to talk to other people has a better state of mind than this person who doesn't. So we have to make a choice to love. In relationships, we make a choice to love. We make a choice to commit. We make a choice to be better. We make a choice to be loyal. We make a choice from the heart. We make a choice. We make a choice not to. We make a choice to hurt other people. We make those choices. But in order for life to work, we make those choices. In order to have a better life, we make those choices. I know too many people who want to manifest all this greatness, but they don't want to give nothing. You have to balance that out with yin and yang. And there's a lot of people who I know that are real stubborn, but they don't want to balance out that yin and yang. Yet they'll tell me they believe in it, but they're not showing it. I know a lot of people who say, oh, positive, positive. Only tell me about positive, positive. Only tell me about positive. But life doesn't work that way. Sometimes the love is hearing those things we don't want to hear, or accepting those things we don't want to accept. And the loving part is to process it and keep moving forward. Don't be a part of the statistics. Be better than. All right. So the next one, it says, treat everyone as an equal. Equality is one of those things that many of us have been fighting for. We all fight for equality, right? So why won't we treat everyone as an equal? Sure, there are different things about us, and that is a wonderful thing. I mean, whoever you believe in, our higher power, God, Allah, the great divine, the I am, whatever you call him, created us. And he created us as an equal, but different. I don't have the strength as someone else. I don't have the gender qualifications as someone else. Like, I don't. And I know there's a lot of talk, and I probably will get some pushback on my LGBTQ community. I'm still loving, not judging. But what I'm saying is that I don't. And so because I don't identify. There are things that I have that somebody else doesn't have. And because of that, it's made me different. I don't have bone structure the same way as everyone else. I'm a big girl. I got thick bones. I'm heard I can't say that I'm big boned. But I'm a big girl, But somebody else, my niece, real tiny, slim fit, just tiny, couldn't put on a bunch of weight if she wanted to. And for me, can't get rid of a bunch of weight if I wanted to. I'm also an individual that has a disability. And there are other people that have disabilities. Mine's are invisible and other people's are seen. We're still equal. I used to work for the Department of Rehabilitation, and I remember meeting someone who was a quadriplegic. And that person thought, I'm never going to do anything because I'm quadriplegic. And I thought, but your mind is great. Turns out, when we did the assessments, he topped the charts of everything. He asked me, well, what can I do? I said, what would you like to do? What's in the means of what you can do? And if there's something you can't do, is it possible that we could find a way for you to do it? Treat people as an equal. That guy had knowledge and wisdom that I will never comprehend. Oh my gosh, just unbelievable. I wish. Photographic memory, everything. But for me, we're different on so many levels, but we're equal because we're mankind. We are part of the human race. That's what makes us equal. I'm different from a bear by far, but I'm the same as you, and you're the same as me in this human race. On this journey, we're the same. So let's be equal. Love yourself. Y'all know I talk about self-love like it ain't nobody's business. And so you can't give to other people what you don't have. And I know too many people who say, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, but honestly don't even really know how to love themselves. They really don't even know what love is because they've been hurt, they've been abused, they've been through a lot of things. I can't encourage you enough to do the work. There are so many platforms on ways that you can do the work, but I'm encouraging you to find a professional in the field that can help you through it. The work gets tough and it's hard. So I want to encourage you, do the work. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. You gotta love yourself like nobody's business. That's what I'm always saying. I love me like it ain't nobody's business. I've learned to embrace me on so many levels. Growing up as African American with tight, kinky hair, um, big, full lips, dark. I was very dark. I don't know what's happened over my evolution. Very dark, not an asymmetrical face. Everything's off. Very curvy in all kind of ways. I was just not, you know, the ballerina type, the all-American type. And it was hard as an African American. It was beautiful to see a Caucasian doll. It wasn't to see a dark doll. Like, there were so many reasons why we weren't beautiful. If you weren't biracial, to have this beautiful hair, a lighter skin, we were, in my generation, teased really, really bad. And so I didn't love myself. I had no esteem to love myself. I am now in a space where I love me like it ain't nobody's business and don't care, flaws and all. Yes, there are things that I can do to perfect them, but I'm not really perfect them, but just to do things that says I fit in the social means of beauty. Well, fitting in the social means of beauty, I am losing my edges, working on edge control. I am doing all kind of things, and I'm like, what the heck? There is cancer in a lot of these products that we're buying as women, and some of those men products. I don't wear a lot of eyelashes and things that are going to affect my body because I'm in love with me to that level. That's what I see as loving me. But then I have family members that love themselves, and oh my gosh, I have a niece that's just so beautiful, and she's beautiful with makeup, she's beautiful without makeup, she's beautiful with eyelashes, she's beautiful without eyelashes, she's just gorgeous, and that is what she sees. When she takes it off, she still sees beauty. And so I so appreciate that she has embraced her self-love. Yeah, I have embraced my kinky hair like it ain't nobody's business. Growing up, it was nappy. And so I really love my kinky, nappy hair because I can do things to it that someone with straight hair cannot. And so that is what I appreciate about myself and my hair. And it took me a long time to get to that space. Feeling good about myself with makeup, without makeup, with nails, without nails, loving the natural me, mind, body, and soul, my characteristic, not just my outside features, my inside features, my heart for humanity, loving those things. And you have things about you too. I'm going to move faster for the sake of time. Love everyone else as you would love your brothers and sisters. Forgive people. Learn to forgive. That is the human heart of forgiving. We want people to forgive us, but we don't want to forgive them. Show compassion. Show compassion. If you don't know empathy, learn it. They say you can't learn empathy. I beg to differ. Start engulfing yourself with understanding what empathy is, what sympathy is, what compassion is. Listen to podcasts, listen to YouTubes, listen to songs. It'll grow. Give back to your community. Giving back to your community is a benefit. We talked about gratitude, and definitely giving back. It builds your esteem and it gives you a purpose. And smile to everyone, even strangers. Everyone always talks about my smile. It is in my signature. Without that signature, I did not do it. Without that smiley face, it is not my signature. Smiling is it lifts you up, it builds you up. It's a wonderful thing, and it makes other people feel good about themselves. Let's see. Don't underestimate the power of a smile. And not only lightens up your face, it can also brighten up someone else's day. All right, that's what I have for you today. We live in this world together. Doesn't matter where they come from. Stop judging people based on where they come from, what they look like, what their taste buds are, what they perceive is different than you. Let's just love on each other as a human race. Much love to you. I love you.